Hello, Quantum Leap callers. Happy Thursday. It's Krystal Shada. Just wanted to talk to you about another lens that we look at life through that could be helpful for you. There is a lens that some people look at life through that is the controller lens. Sometimes people think it's the overtly need to be in charge people, but it's not always that. Sometimes people that feel the need to be in control, it's more related to, that's more directly connected to a feeling of safety, that I've got to be in control and in charge of all the things and look to the future to what might possibly go wrong and control everything I can to make sure that it doesn't. I think that has existed in me and others that I notice, not just as an overt control and running the show, but also in a covert way of just trying to manage all the things to be okay. And one of the things that I think is super important to realize for those of us that deeply desire control and deeply desire, I think that's related to certainty. And I think that's a pretty human trait. We are very connected to, we want to be sure of things. We want to be certain about things. Control and certainty really are not real. Like, there's just not a lot that we are in charge of in life. And people will be like, yes, I am in charge. If I do all the right things, everything will be fine. And that's just not true. A lot of things can happen. And we really are in control of very little. And I want to speak to that for a minute because I think that control process can really mess with us. That lens of looking at life that I need to be in control of it is challenging at the very best, because there is so little that we're in charge of and so little that we're in control of. And what would it be like to look at life more as an opportunity for surfing? Meaning, I'm not in charge, so how do I want to navigate this and learn from it and utilize this experience as growing and as beneficial and as helpful, or at least, at the very least, of creating some opportunity for resilience for us. You know, where is the gift and opportunity in the things that are happening? And I got to tell you, there's some pretty terrible things that can happen. So sometimes we need to recognize that the gift and opportunity may not be visible from where we are. It may take some time and some healing to be able to recognize or look at the gift and opportunity in the things that have happened. And also recognizing that because we don't control things and we're not in charge of all of the things, how do we find our way through it and, for lack of a better way to say it, surf, stay on the top of it rather than letting it take us under trying to manage it. Anyway, I don't know if that's helpful for you, but I think a lot of us live in this thought process that we are in charge of all the things, and we're just not. The part we are responsible for is how we navigate it. But we're just not always in charge of what happens to us. And so I say that so that we can have some grace for ourselves and grace for others as we're navigating life. I mean, I could say I'm not in charge of the fact that my appointment's rescheduled. Now, I can learn from it. How are the ways that I can support with better coaching and better relationship building beforehand to create the opportunity that the hold ratio will be better. And I am actually not in control of whether they hold. I can only do my part and then navigate it the best way I can to manage that. Mona May's I managed that as a consultant and director. It was to make sure that I had enough appointments up that something would hold. And then I had backup plans for the overbooking if I needed to. I worked on my coaching to make sure that my coaching was better, so I would have less reschedules. I worked on that relationship building so that people felt connected to me and were less likely to reschedule. And also I had to recognize that ultimately I was not completely in control of how that went. so just inviting you to look at maybe the manner in which control may be a lens that isn't supportive, and see if there's some adjustments that could be made in that could better support you. All right. It's my message for you today. Hope you gathered some information and some support in that. Have an absolutely amazing Thursday. Hugs to you. Bye-bye.